My name's Dane Bradshaw and I'm the head of sync at Ministry of Sound Publishing. Sync is essentially a short for synchronization. It's marrying visuals with music. We represent a catalogue of writers and my job is to go out and pitch their music to like advertising agencies, production companies, film companies, games companies. We've got like a small boutique roster, but the main people that we work with are Muramasa. We also have KDA, have this guy called Iris Rose, who's like a singer-songwriter, and also Atomic Drum Assembly, who's like one of our kind of bigger sync artists who's been doing really well recently. The reason I got into sync was when I was like 18, I did like a A-level media course. We had to make a video and stuff, and I had to think of music to put with the video, and I was like, this would be quite cool for a job. You know, if you see something on an advert for the first time and it's a tune you've never heard, in the right media, it can really shape that experience, whether it's a film, a piece of television, a game. Music journalism was the first thing that I tried to get into. This was in like the blog era. I was doing blogs and doing freelance writing whilst I was still studying at university, and then tailed off that a little bit and went into radio production. And then after that, ran my own PR company for like 3 years, which was called Two Plates. And I used to do stuff for the Hydra, Butters, Exit Records, and a few other like small independent labels and events. And I basically had to start again at like the age of 28 and actually went and interned at Universal for like 3 weeks in their sync team just to kind of get some experience. And then they referred me to Universal Publishing, did like a year there doing like licensing assistance, so learning the basics of negotiation, contracting, and just how sync deals are done. And then after that, I went to Sony ATV, where I did a more creative role, where I was pitching music to ad producers, music supervisors, film people, TV people. After 2.5 years at Sony ATV, Ministry approached me about taking over their head of sync role for publishing. So I've been at Ministry for a year now.
My name is Bodi. I am Managing Director of Ministry of Sound Publishing. I met Dane about a year ago when we were looking for a new head of synchronisation. Probably what swung it for me was his Spotify playlist that he sent me. There was some really good music on there. When you're a small company, you have to really, you have to stand out, and you stand out by signing very high quality music.
So a recent project that I worked on was for Apple. So we have an act called Atomic Drum Assembly, and he had a new EP coming out. So I sent it to Apple. We had like 3 deals with Apple in over a week basically. And yeah, for me it was just nice to show that when you do give people stuff early, and it's, you know, it's about kind of knowing your clients as well and what they like and what works for their brand.
I'm Will, a producer and composer, primarily for Atomic Drum Assembly, and working in the TV and film world also as a composer. Dane kind of is the middle man between me and the agency often, or between me and the client, or whoever's doing the business side of things, so that I can just concentrate on the music and not have to think about all the other stuff.
My day-to-day is, you know, it's pretty varied. A lot of what I do is client-facing as well. So it's a lot of going out, going to events, going to gigs, and just keeping in touch with people.
Dane will usually discuss with the client sort of fees and what happens with the license, how long they're going to use it for, and hopefully we come to an agreement on everything and then say, okay, let's do this. I think he's very good at knowing what's going on in the sync world, what's hot, and how to handle a deal as well.
So yeah, it's quite a multifaceted role because I'm the only one doing sync here, so I get to get my hands stuck in on a bit of everything. My advice to anyone that wants to get a job in music would be to do your research on whatever it is you want to do. Be confident and knowledgeable about it before you attempt to get into it. It's a question of what can you add to the situation. Everyone loves to go partying, everyone loves, you know, listening to new and cool music, but I think you definitely need to kind of look at the landscape and think, can I add something here? Can I be of like benefit to the scene? don't be afraid to do your own thing. You're going to get knockbacks, people are going to say no or just not even respond or acknowledge you, which happens to everyone. So if you've got an idea, if you've got something that you're passionate about, don't be afraid to kind of try and execute it yourself. And I think it's really important to just make sure you're helping the next generation and the new wave of people kind of find their feet, and just keep the good people in music, basically. This is kind of something that I feel quite strongly about.